Ever since the anime of Frieren Beyond Journey's End came out, it has been a smash hit that has taken the anime world by surprise. I mean, not really, because manga readers were raving about Frieren even before it came out, but regardless, the level of popularity it garnered was unprecedented. It even dethroned Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood from its fabled #1 position on my anime list's top anime. Imagine that. The popularity of Frieren was so powerful, even the downvotes of Fullmetal Alchemist fans didn't work, and the rest is history. Now it is considered one of the goats of anime, and you'll find it in many anime fans' top 10 list. Even when it comes to characters, you'd be hard pressed not to find Himmel in people's top 10 list. We've got people in real life doing heroic stuff and quoting Himmel, for crying out loud. The impact that Frieren had is just massive, and along with it, a massive fanbase has arrived. And in this fanbase, there is one question you see popping up frequently, and that is questions revolving around the morality of Frieren and her character. There are many questions you see popping up regarding Frieren's character, such as, is she a racist, is she a fascist, and all that, but how could this be? Isn't Frieren the protagonist of the story? Where does the fault lie for people thinking she is corrupt? Didn't the author do a good job of depicting Frieren as the protagonist, or does the fault lie in the readers for thinking she is a fascist or a racist? And the answer, in my opinion, is a bit complicated. But before you go any further into the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I talk all things anime and manga, and without further ado, let's get back into it. So this whole Frieren is not actually a good person and is morally questionable started mainly due to the relationship she has with the demon race of the world. When we first meet the demon race for the first time, Frieren attacks them on sight without a moment of hesitation, and it was one of those scenes I was taken aback by when I first saw it, because I was like, what have these demons done to Frieren for her to react in such a way? Let's be real here though, just from the fact that they're demons should give us the inkling that they're probably not the good guys, also adding the fact that we already know why Frieren and her old party were regarded as heroes. It was because they killed the demon king, so when she attacked them it made sense, but the on-site nature of it was astounding. And then we see the demons do some villainy, which was sort of expected, and it vindicates Frieren, but then we get to see the flashback, which I think got to turn some portion of the fanbase against Frieren. In this flashback, we get to see Frieren with her old party facing a young demon child. Frieren wants to get rid of it, and there is this very cold and serious look to her face, and is ready to get the job done by eliminating the demon child. I believe the people who are in the Frieren is a racist camp didn't like that, and I get it, because it was a child that Frieren was showing hostility towards too, and that is very understandable feeling to have. And Himmel, the leader of Frieren's party, holds back Frieren and opts to give this demon child a chance, and she gets adopted by humans, and then sometime later we get to see that this demon child has burned down the house of the family that took her in. Himmel is astounded, and we the audience get to learn that Frieren was right in that these demons can't be reasoned with, because they are basically predators, and what can you do against such entities? Well, that is to protect yourself against them the same way you do if you come face to face with a predatory beast. The story tells you literally how the demons evolved, and it makes it clear that these creatures are pure predators. So I am on the Frieren did nothing wrong camp, but that is not to say I don't understand why people think Frieren is a racist or a fascist, even though I totally don't believe that she is. But I understand why people might think so, because you've got these demons who look basically like humans except for their horns, and we have gotten used to the different races in fantasy having conflict with each other, but deep down they are all the same trope in many fantasy and fictional stories. So when people get to the demon part of the story where it gets revealed that they are pure predators, it becomes difficult for audiences to digest. For example, I am a One Piece fan, and in One Piece, warning, this might be be a small spoilers, but you've got many races and one of them is the fishmen. And generally when we see this fishmen, they have wild scary features intended for us the audience to be fearful of them, but when in reality they are just like humans except for the fact that they don't have similar features to a human. Even in Disney shows like Beauty and the Beast, we are meant to be fearful of the beast initially, but when in reality there is not much to be fearful of. And this is a trope we see many times in fantasy stories. This subversion of scary looking creatures that are actually just similar to humans is a trope that is prevalent. So when Frieren doesn't follow this rule, it's kind of easy to see why people may have felt Frieren's beliefs against the demons were wrong. And it's understandable to see why many people might view Frieren as some sort of racist, even though I myself don't agree with that opinion. But I've got to say, the way this demon show emotions kind of bothers me, like when the cocky demon tries to attack Frieren while she was in her jail cell, and when he realized he messed up and was in a huge trouble, there was a look of terror on his face. And also the other different demons, they show a range of emotions, so it kind of is bothersome when creatures that clearly show emotions are labeled as predators that should just be annihilated. But then again, we heard an explanation from Frieren that demons use human speech and mannerisms for the sole purpose of luring humans and killing them. But I feel like had the demons were fully apathetic in their ways and never showed emotions, it would have made it easier for people to accept that they are pure predators that will kill humans no matter what. But that didn't happen, and some backlash came from fans. Although I love the concept of the demons being pure predators that can't be reasoned with, and even love the execution of it, can't help but feel it could have been done better, and we wouldn't have gotten a portion of the fanbase that really believes Frieren is a racist. The entire pure evil creature is a concept that is very difficult to handle at the end of the day, and I don't think it is advisable for authors to use it in their story. But for a concept that is very tricky to handle, the author of Frieren did a good job, because when the story explained that they are just imitating human behaviors to get at humans, it made it more regurgitable, I feel like, because me personally, the way I see the demons is akin to how I see real life predatory animals. They will eat you and harm you, but they are not completely devoid of emotions. And Frieren's extremist view towards them is justified because the demons are so potent in killing humans. Imagine if lions and tigers could create civilizations, mobilize an army, and use magic and still have the hostility they had as animals. Looking at it that way, I don't think Frieren looks like a maniacal elf who's bloodthirsty for demons. And also with the demons showing emotions, I see criticisms such as, if the demons were entirely emotionless, then why do we see them time and time again express emotions? I myself have gripes with that, but one obvious explanation I don't see people talking about much is that the author wanted to make the story more interesting. Imagine the demons were fully apathetic and completely had zero emotional expressions during the dramatic scenes. I think we would have found it boring, so I feel like the author sacrificed the rules that he set for the demons in order to make the dramatic scenes more impactful. But this is not an in-story explanation, so it might not be satisfying for most people, but I genuinely feel that is why the demons in Frieren express a range of emotions. But it came at a cost, and that cost is a portion of the Frieren fanbase believing the whole demon stuff was handled poorly, or criticizing the fact that the author used the evil creatures concept, because like I said, it's a very tricky concept to handle tactfully. And the best explanation I've heard for all this is that it is simply a tragedy. The demons are like wild animals, and if you come face to face with one, you have to put them down, unless you want to be attacked and eaten by them. There is nothing good or happy about killing demons. They are just following their nature. They are not a fault, but you still have to kill them. Just like shooting a predatory animal if you happen to encounter one. The predatory animal will attack you in order to eat you, but that is not evil. It's just doing what it is programmed to do, and you'll not be in the wrong if you shoot that animal to protect yourself. There is nothing to commemorate when you do so. It's just a tragedy. The demons will always be a force of opposition that should be killed. It's like a wolf hunting a deer. The demons will always be a force of opposition that should be killed. It's like a wolf hunting a deer and the deer running away. You cannot guilt the deer for running away because he is denying the wolf meat. In the same way, we can't not guilt Frieren or another person killing the demons as fanatically as they do, because the demons are going to cause havoc. And like I said before, I understand why people might not like the whole demon situation in Frieren. In my opinion, the author shouldn't have had the demons show emotions as expressively as they do in the story, because it makes the whole situation with them weird. I know the demons are imitating humans as accurately as they could to deceive them, but some of those scenes where they showed emotions seem genuine, and it is the reason where we are right now in the fanbase, where some people think Frieren is a racist and some see her action as justifiable. If you've made it this far into the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and with that said, see you guys in the next one.